Welcome everybody to our Tuesday night Ponda Swiss Swiss cheese. Slaves to the cheese. Yes. Combinations have always been the most intriguing aspect of chess. Bullshit. The masters look for them, the public applauds them, the critics praise them, the critics. Reuben Fine, get out of here, get the hook. Man, give me a real quote. Astrobate. Reuben Fine, that's a disappointing quote, bro. Reuben Fine was a very strong player, but this quote is kind of disappointing. All right, Mr. Coffee, I wanted to see if you were out there with that bowling joke. I didn't really mean it. I didn't mean to associate bowling with Ben Feingold. It was just kind of a test to see if you were floating around out there. Yeah, I got you riled up. Kind of like the Big Lebowski. All right. Sparkle Horse, Audisto, Arsenal fan, Shocky, Igor, M. Pokey, and Astrobate so far 7 players. I'm going to put the link to our tournament, our weekly tournament here. Got me a little cold. I was thinking, man, it's been a while since I was contracting something. But nothing serious, thankfully. Lulls. Just for the lulls. No, seriously. Simon Williams has the total darts, pro darts player style going on. I mean, maybe it's just a UK drinker style. I don't know. Maybe it's broader than I imagine. But the iconic pro darts players. We need to wear really loud t-shirts. Alright, loud shirts. Sparkle Horse, Audisto. We got 7 players, guys. 10 minutes to go. Zen Chess, welcome. Are you in? Are you in? See, Morales is floating around out there. You have a truck show to go to. Nice. See if you can get some darts games on the side or something like that. Maybe pick up a new gun. Truck show. Just kidding. She bit her dog, eh? You have to show a truck to someone. Yeah. Alright, Astrobate, Morales, Coach. We got some friends online who aren't necessarily in the tournament. Alright. What's up, Arsenal? Arsenal's listening only. Listening good. You don't want to look. You might not like what you see. Where is Morales? Zen Chess not able to play. Okay, we got 7 players. Thanks for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Arsenal fan. Might be able to play. Play a few games this week. As opposed to not playing. Most of the people that I coach seem to find a way to do that. They think they can just get better without playing. I think the biggest struggle I have with the people that I coach is not that they can get, they can learn, but because I'm teaching mostly adults, None of them have freaking time to play, you know? If I was teaching kids who had nothing better than to go to, like, elementary school, I guess I wouldn't have this problem. Even the one kid that I teach is in, like, junior or high school, and he's got, like, too much work. Even the kid that I teach is, like, doesn't have time to play. Unbelievable. Yeah, you definitely need to incorporate the ideas in the games. It's not enough to take lessons. You can't get better on a desert island. Okay. But I think, Arsenal, you've come a long way since I first detected your presence. Are we going to get some more players in here? We got 7 minutes. 7 plus 5. Rapid, casual. Swiss. We did arenas for 2 weeks. I thought we'll, chill with the arena. I got kind of grumpy last time. We can't do arenas all the time. Once in a while as a little diverse sort of thing. But I was just thinking not to bitch about CheeseCon, but it's kind of sad how the only thing these chess streamers seem to care about is Tuesday playing, the titled arena on CheeseCon. It's pretty pathetic, actually. Well, first of all, we can't really have online tournaments because people cheat, right? There is that issue. You can play great and barely score any points. No, I mean, arenas are better for faster time controls. Bullet and Blitz. Where you can play, like, tons of games. Rack up the points. Alright, what's up, everybody? Thanks for the sub. Speaking of subs, I had this craving for a tuna fish sub today. We're all out of tuna here. Store that I go to, they don't have any tuna. Canned tuna. I hate living in a landlocked country. Tuna shortage. You gotta take your tuna sub to your next Teen Champ game. Oh yeah. That's the best, man. I told a story about the guy eating the tuna sub once. Fred Smith. I remember his freaking last name. That Smith guy. It was absolutely disgusting. It's those Smiths. I think it runs in the family. Now that you mention it, he was a Smith. Coincidence? I don't know. One of Arsenal's long lost relatives. All right. Starting in 4 minutes. Alright, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you're here. 7 minutes to go. We're going to need some more players. Mr. Coffee, we might force you to play. Actually, where is Mr. Coffee? He's not on lichess. He must be working. There he is. He is on lichess. He's on lichess, but he's not in the... Get in the tournament page. What are you doing? Mr. Coffee. Not even in the tournament page. Unbelievable. Everyone sucks but me. You would prefer a legit Swiss pairing system for first round. Well, at least the first round is kind of legit. It's the later rounds that aren't. Got the cold. I thought it might be allergies, but it's a legit cold. I can't remember the last time I was sick. I've been pretty lucky. You prefer top or bottom, Arsenal? Just curious. Yeah, of course that's normal. Exactly. Well, we should get that. The sandwich. All right. Flexible. Uber driver is out there somewhere. We've got 9 players now. Let's get up to 10 before this thing starts, at least, to start with. Feels like people are missing. You know, I was checking the team message, and when you send out the team messages, it shows what percentage of people have, like, disabled messages, and only, like, 40-something out of 600 team members have disabled our messages. So that's a positive sign. Less than 10% of disabled messages for the team, so that's good. I try not to be too annoying, you know. Alright, but I do really wish like Twitch would go back to letting streamers send email notifications. It just sucks. I mean, without the ability to reach out to your subscribers by messaging, and I really refuse to use like Twitter or something. Twitch needs to address that somehow. I just find there's no way to reach out to the subscribers on Twitch, and other than by making a video, obviously, or something like that. Alright, 51 seconds. In my games, I have sometimes found a combination intuitively, simply feeling that it must be there. Yet I was not able to translate my thought processes into normal human language. Obviously, the tile quote must have been like translated from the Russian. That sounds a little too googly. I don't know. Intuitive, not an intuitive paragraph, but okay. If you say so. We get the picture, Mikhail. Tile probably one of the best examples of an intuitive player. Shocky! How am I playing Shocky in the first round? Screw it, I'll just play it, whatever. That's what Tal generally thought in Russian. "17 seconds though." You're not going to run out of time, guys, like the arena. I haven't played a St. George in forever. Some interesting possibilities. Possibilities. So how do you guys... Oh no. We have new tournaments every 5 minutes. It's like my simul's. I try to start a new one every 5 minutes. Was there. This was the plan, to play d5. Funny, you should say that. I don't know, Shocky, going into, position where black has the bishop pair and more development here. Seems strange. It's like a Sicilian without the Sicilian part. I like it. It's an anti-Sicilian Sicilian. It's a hyper Sicilian. Oh yeah, the A4. Master of random stuff. Man, I still can't get over the simul game I lost against Shockey the other day. That upset me. Was an interesting game though and lots of fun. Move 11, thanks for gifting tier 1 sub to the community. He's gifted a total of 346. I think that puts you 3rd place overall in gift subs, or maybe 2nd, actually. The VIP corner. Queen E2. Obviously white is playing on castle and queen side. I think this Queen E2. With Queen E2, he's not committing to castling one way or the other. I try to be humorous. Sometimes my attempts are rather weak. Yes. Each other. Suspicious user. Monitoring. I like the guy who got like warned for saying I hate the French the other day. Suspicious monitoring. Welcome everybody to the tournament. If you're a member of the team. If you're not a member of the team, you have to sign up for said team. Pawn and Horses Club. Do you think the Owen of St. George is a better opening? Yeah, that's an interesting question. And I agree with Basman and Miles, who I think the consensus is the St. George is better. That's the minimum, Mr. Coffee. What is that guy's deal? What is your deal? Hyperloop. Hyperloop. Bishops only. Yeah, we banned his other account. Now I'm getting a challenge to 3+1 rated. Well, that's very interesting. But we're playing in a tournament now. If you'd like to join the tournament, here's the link. You have to be a member of the Pawn and Horses team. It's not too late to join our team if you have 100 rated games or more. Non-bullet. That is, longer than bullet. Nice job, Mr. Coffee. Take him down. Take it down. Harmless, perhaps, but annoying. Now look at H4. Oh, man. Look at this H4. This needs to stop. We've got to be assertive. Assertive bait. That's Acerbait's new account. He talked to a psychotherapist and they agreed his next account should be assertive bait. More assertive. I get it. I do. But White's play is so suspicious. Heavens to Betsy. You once had a job painting stop signs. Let's just leave it at that. And other state-sponsored metal objects. Oh, the police said stop painting. Okay. I misunderstood you. Then it's not a job. You're just a vandal. You were let go. Let go of. Sladgie has 2 wins in a row after a very long drought. It's like California. Well, this is our little sanctuary from the real world here, folks. Where I don't have to watch the news and believe what is happening in our world. It's nice to have a place to escape to, isn't it? Just when you think the world can't get worse, it does. Constantly. Sting or a Sting? What's the joke? What's the joke with Sting? How does Sting apply to painting stop signs? I missed the connection between Sting and Esther Bates' comment. Damn, it's good to have a coffee. Oh, the police! Oh my god, like a moron. That's like missing a one-move tactic where your queen is hanging. Here I am, like, struggling with yesterday's Wordle. I got it on the 6th try. It was like the phew. I've gotten my last 20 Wordles correct, but I think like a couple of them have gone down to the last guess. But that's pretty bad, man. If I can't get the connection between painting stop signs and Sting, I probably need some help. You're back in town. Back in town. XL Poker. I didn't realize you had to travel for your tournament. Dude, what happened? You were starting off good. But you had a bad finish. I mean, when you play in a Swiss like that, obviously, as you progress toward the end of the tournament, I mean, regardless of the ratings of your opponents, you're going to play stronger players if you did fairly well in the beginning. So, you know, the 2200 you played in the later rounds, probably playing better than the 2200s you beat in the early rounds or something like that. They're not necessarily equivalent, right? But I got the feeling like it must have been beyond like the pure chess. It felt like you, I mean, looking at your result that melted down at the end. I mean, obviously there's the first thing. To break it down, like, you had no draws in the whole tournament. I know you said you don't like draws, but, you know, I understand that. Dosodmirski, I was just going over this famous game from 1909, St. Petersburg. Dosodmirski played like 18 rounds and he had 1 draw. But he beat like Lasker and Rubinstein, the 2 winners of the tournament, which is kind of funny. He was just kind of lucky, but he hated, you know, he probably hated draws too. But I mean, there's a sense of tilt there when you start well and then you lose like 3 games in a row at the end or something like that. It's probably a combination. You said you were exhausted. Was it 2 rounds a day, XL Poker? It was 2 rounds a day, right? And yeah, I don't like. I don't know. Yeah, nowadays 2 rounds a day tournaments with the fastish time control. Modern 2 games a day tournaments. The last time, oof. Really, I try to avoid them at all costs. Even in the last, yeah, I really, really, really try to avoid 2 rounds a day tournaments. In the U.S., it was very usual though. Yeah, this friend of mine was like organizing some IM GM tournaments here a couple months ago, last fall, and offered me, and I was like, "There's no way I'm playing in one of these 2 rounds a day norm tournaments." I mean, maybe it's good for really young players, but even when I was young, I mean, 2 rounds a day was hard, to be honest. But I would actually, to be honest, I would prefer to play, yeah, just 1 round a day, straight up, standard sort of stuff. Bishops. Klaus Bischoff. Oh my god. This is so weird. I get it. Yeah, what's that about? Rook h4? Nothing can possibly go wrong. Bavaria. I love me. Oh, I played in that tournament in like 2000. That's a good tournament. Yeah. Tournament. Yes, siree. This is unbelievable. But I see. You have a move. Take Aaron C. Seattle Seahawks. Can you not harass me? Wow. This is so weird, this whole game. is just getting like ultra bizarre. More and more bizarre all the time. What am I supposed to do? Alright. Come to our senses is what we're supposed to do. Dude, you like your bullet chess. He likes his bullet chess. Wow, that is interesting. Sladgie is really a wild animal. Yeah, that's literally the only tournament I ever played in Germany, oddly enough. Alright. Back to tournament. Sladgie, what happened there? He made it himself. Self-made. Excel poker with a draw? No. Can't be. No such thing. Everyone sucks but me is still playing Uber Driver. Wow. Speaking of draws, your draw percentage goes up when you play Uber Driver significantly. Everyone's draw percentage goes up. I bet even like Excel poker. Last time I played in a 2 rounds a day tournament was, I don't know, probably like 6 years ago. And I lost to Chernyshov because I was so tired. It wasn't 2 rounds a day every day. It had a double round. The only day when it was a double round, I get paired with the strongest player in the tournament with black in the second game. That's how freaking lucky I am. After like a 4.5 hour game grinding this guy down, then I get paired with Chernyshov, who's like the only really dangerous player in that tournament. And then I just like played like for a draw, which I wouldn't normally do because I was so tired and I lost. Because I was like trying to play for a draw and I made inferior moves. It's weird because back in the day I used to play, you know, multiple rounds a day tournaments all the time. I mean, I'm American. It was normal. We had tons of tournaments. It's hard though. It really is hard. I remember being exhausted when I was like 19 from playing 2 games and like driving home. Guys, can we just agree to a draw here? Napo played perfectly game 2. Yeah, exactly, Excel poker. That's the kind of tournament I'm talking about. Playing those old days with 40 and 2, plus another 30 minutes. In some cases, in my old days, the really old days, it was like 20 plus 1 plus 1, even. Existed, although that was maybe not that common. But anyways, yeah, I had like 7-hour games in the past. US Open was always 1 round a day. But a lot of the opens, like the World Open and other tournaments in the US were 2. Move 11, what about Foxwoods? What happened with you? Are you still into playing in Foxwoods? Foxwoods Open? White has the right to play on. But it's Uber Driver, the master of draws. Of course he has the right to play on. Not a question. I didn't mean to imply that, like, he didn't or shouldn't. I just thought, against the master of draws, do you really want to play on? Another thing about playing in 2 rounds a day tournaments, stuff like that, you know, do you want to waste like 3 hours trying to grind someone down, or do you just offer a draw? Do you save your energy by trying to grind down a slightly better position? Or do you, I've seen so many people do that, you know, they'll like try to win and try to win and try to win and try to win and try to win for like 7 hours, and then let's say like not win, and then they lose their next round because they're so tired. Happens all the time. I love this. Told you. It's like the meta game. Or whatever. You gotta think about tournaments. It's more like not meta game, but tournament strategy. Draws are part of the equation. In American tournaments, they offer like options to take buys. I knew people who they used to like really super strategic about like pre-planned buys and stuff. All right. Sparklehorse out of stone Arsenal fan. Acerbate with the forfeit or buy. Full point buy. Only 11 players. Where the heck is everybody? 11 players? We should have like 15 or 20 by now. Wonder if it's a problem that I made it 50 plus rapid games. Player games, check. What does that mean? As opposed to not player games? Muted. Uh-oh. Sladgie has cold. Yeah, who's muted? Maybe Arsenal's muted. Nobody in the chat room. We should have more than 11 players by now. Thank you for the bless you. Dr. Shockomatic. Lost in the first round. Having Shock in your name isn't very lucky here. Shocky and Shockomatic both lost. Where's Uber Drive? There he is. The player with the most draws ever in the history of chess, Uber Driver. He's going to be a spoiler in this tournament. Who's missing here today? I guess some people were hoping I continue to do arenas. We can't do that every time. I'll lose my mind. Acerbate. Acerbate. Alright, this is going to be fun. Alright, we're going to play classically. I'm actually sweating. Maybe I'm not feverish. I was wondering if I got COVID again. I don't think I'm up to date on my COVID vaccines. So I guess I could get COVID again. Or just anything for that matter. Easter bot. I had a terrible couple of games with this so far. Okay, I beat someone on sound, but I didn't have a good position. This is the same line as against someone on sound. Use your time, masturbate. I've been telling him that for like 4 years now, but it just doesn't matter. What do you have to do to get him to use his time? He needs like electric shock therapy or something. Like if he moves too fast, I think it would take like some serious behavioral treatment, dude. We need to attach like electric currents to Asturbane's chair. Every time he makes a move, like in less than 30 seconds, he gets like a short shock. That brings new meaning to the word shock, right? Shock. Shock therapy is what he needs. Some serious shock therapy, literally. What are we going to do with him? Oh yeah. Bishop g4. Ask me, do you think behavioral therapy would work? Have you ever had shock therapy? Morizevich, b3 is very good because it does not even prevent the dragon. Is that a real thing, or you're just joking around, Blobix? Blobix, you also, yeah, I've got some kind of Blobixian. Maybe I developed some kind of Blobixian fetish here. I just realized I started playing the b3 with the white side of the Sicilian, and I played the Queen's Indian accelerated. Blobix, you might have had this effect. What did you do to me? If knight e2, knight d4 looks problematic. Of course, there's always queen c1. Actually, one of my favorite moves in this line. Gotta do it, right? Well, Blobix specializes in queen b1, normally. But I actually use this move against someone on sound in my epic simul game. We're getting a little experimental here. It's so good that it does not even prevent g6. That's what Mara said about h4 in the Scotch. Ah. Because h4 is such a common idea in the Scotch. I'm going to opt for h3, although maybe this is bad move order. I kind of like rook c8 for Masturbate. Not clear about the positioning of that bishop on e6. Could come back to bite you in the ass. Oh my god. That's tremendous. Bishop h6. Tremendous. You gotta love that move. You gotta love that move. Wow. Unbelievable. Bishop h6. The creativity this shows is amazing, honestly. You gotta love it. Now knight c3. It's getting weirder and weirder. This is like chess from the Twilight Zone. Oh my god. It's a very rare form of facehugger. Thematically playing for control of the d5 square. Jesus. Wow. Okay. d5 takes. Knight takes, knight takes. Maybe I really ought to castle before it's like too late. He'll play queen d7 probably. If this isn't a weird position, I don't know what is. Right? How's my queen on c1? Masturbate's such a weirdo. I like him though. I mean, he's got a really creative style. You gotta say this is very inspired play. H4 instead of c4 in the Scotch. Are you telling me that's like that stupid shit where people transfer their rook to a5 and stuff? That's how rooks end up on a5, Blobix? White rooks on a5? Something like that? Is that what we're talking about here? a5 is a natural square for a white rook. You don't think so? Man, I have a very distinct recollection of some game where that happened. Weird. Try a different square, Schnoofy. Masturbate's scary, man. He only moves his pieces and no pawn weaknesses, and he's very good at coordination. Jesus Christ. Did you just miss knight b4? I don't understand what just happened there. No, there was no pawn on d5, so what if he just goes back to b4? Am I in trouble? I have knight e3 maybe. But I would have to sack the exchange if I did that. The Masturbate's problem is that he's a genius, but he's also like prone to not calculating thoroughly and playing moves on spur of the moment instinct. Unbelievable. What a massive talent. Your b7 pawn was hanging. The permission slip from Governor DeSantis. Do you have constitutional carry in Nevada? We need a permission slip for a gun license. Giving up a bishop is like buying a gun. Very dangerous. Is this a good move? Oh, I wanted to open up my rook. Yeah, I'm skeptical, Arsenal. If he had just gone back, I don't know if I can justify that exchange sacrifice. Speaking of exchange sacrifices, now Masturbate's starting to come apart. I would say coming apart, like, strategically. Speaking of... Oh my god. What is that? Up close and personal. That's not normal. Suffice to say. How do you protect the rook on g5? Answer, you don't. Asteroid has these weird sort of theme fetishes. Now he can protect the rook. Damn it, he has knight h7. God damn it. He found a way to protect his rook. Screws up everything. You didn't want to protect your rook, man. So he has 3 minutes more than he needs, and a lost position now. And he had a good game about 10 moves into the game. With electroshock therapy, he could be a very strong player. Look at this position. I think it's a beautiful game by black. You know, very interesting play. Bishop h6, knight b4. Inspired, hyper modern. But the way he's focusing here on getting in d5. I mean, basically, if you look at the whole opening, I was fighting for d5. Consistently trying to maintain control of d5, and he's found a way to like brute force d5 in, and the engine says it's like better than equal. Amazing. So it's not even equal, he's slightly better after d5. E takes d5, knight f takes d5, or knight b takes d5. And here I underestimated the danger with knight b4. I should have traded knights, but I was afraid he takes to the bishop. If I trade, he just takes to the bishop and he's trading off my bishop pair. It's pretty shitty for white. That's all I got. He missed knight b4. So knight b4. Queen b1, I mentioned this earlier. It's actually best here. Why can't he play take? Oh, so if he takes with the bishop, he gets pinned? But if he takes with the queen, I play a3, knight c6, and trap his queen. Oh my god. Well, anyway, I'm like, oh my god, I'm clearly better. Crazy. So the knight b4 didn't win. It's an interesting game. Let's see the early opening. Wow, there's no games with this position. No one... Oh no, g3's been played. g3's been played. Darko Dmitrievich. Wonder where that was. That must have been in the US. My friend's cousin. He played the pin variation of the Sicilian against me once. Knight a3 novelty. Alright, Asprey, good try. Back to tournament, let's see what's happening here. Move 11, you have to work probably. Yeah, maybe he should play for d5 in one go. XL Poker Alisto, the classic matchup. Germany v Germany. The Bavarian Masters. White. Nice bishop, but black's knight has a pretty good outpost on c5. So this should be pretty equal. Now if Aldisto was white, it would be the what? Sicilian. But Aldisto also plays Sicilian. But maybe, hey, XL Poker didn't play e4. Yeah, he played the Queen's Gambit. If I knew something, would I tell you? Astrobate, why would you trade your bishop for a knight when you know you don't have a permission slip in that position? What would possess you, first of all, to give up your dark square bishop for the knight on e3? And secondly, why would you put your rook on? Why would you put your rook on the 5th rank? Yeah, this is a draw. Maybe, you know, black's even easier to play because the a-pawn is kind of a target. White could theoretically lose the a-pawn. And then he would really have his work cut out for him. where's your hall pass? Seriously, what is the point of playing bishop h6 takes knight on e3? Yeah, bishop e2. Now there's... Well, that's not really a problem. Black needs another move there. I think he... Obviously, queen a7 looks like a pretty shitty square. But anyway, black's safe. I don't think that black should... Really, neither side should have serious losing chances. But the only way I see anyone losing this game is if Excel Poker drops his a pawn. Queen d7, maybe trying to trade queens. Yeah, you can do that. That should be a draw. But I can probably lose it with white to an Indian kid who's rated like 2100. Actually, it reminded me of my game against Mendonca, where he ground me down with knight versus bishop. Shockey doesn't need my warning. Shockey is the master of consistency. Okay, this game is like watching the grass grow. I called this Sloth's Rapid Swiss. Oh, that's weird. I meant to make it Ponder Rapid Swiss. Let's change it. Never too late to change. That's not Sloth. Sloth is for the long ones when it's like 10 minutes. That's the point. The Sloth Swiss. What? Invalid characters? Oh, come on. Seriously, you can't have characters in the name of a tournament? You're invalid. I know, it's so threatening. I'm gonna get a lawyer and sue lichess for traumatizing me with that scary disclaimer. I've had nightmares ever since I read the warning about pick a very safe name for the tournament. And it's caused me irreparable personal harm. I'm seeking damages in excess of $1 million. So that's it? That's the only game still going? And where is all the players? Why do we only have 11? Why do we only have 11 players this week? Come on, it's 7 plus 5. I gotta start advertising this better. Wow. That's Italian. That sounds like some sort of Italian dish now. It's like formaggi. Wait, what's mushroom in Italian? Mr. Coffee's like an authority, I don't know. But I think if you make it GHI, it gets really close to Italian. I would think it was like some kind of mushroom pasta dish. Ferengi with meatballs. Whenever Arsenal comes, and I know he likes food, I start thinking about food again. Oh my god, the end game happened. Excel Poker won all of Alistair's pawns? How did this happen? How could this happen? Where is Black's king side? He must have had a bishop sack on e6. There was no pawn on e6. Was there? I don't understand how that could happen. What the hell happened to Black's pawns? The only thing I think of would be some sort of bishop sacrifice. But Black should have his pawns on dark squares anyway. It really doesn't make sense. You get mated or something? Did he like blunder a back rank mate? Somebody explain to me how this happened. Yeah. Something like that. It's a back ring mating theme. There was a back ring mating theme. Needless to say, Alista went too far trying to attack. Ended up exposing himself. Yeah, that's pretty suicidal. He actually has a plus score still against XL Poker. But that was way too much. Like, Black has no business risking there and losing. Neither side should lose that position, obviously. Those guys just hate draws. Shachmatovich. I don't know. Am I hoping for XL Poker or Uber Driver? With Uber Driver, it's like guaranteed draw. With XL Poker, you know, there's no draw. It's either win or lose. So which should I go for? Uber Driver is due. It should be me versus XL Poker. I mean, but what's the colors like? He has a buy. He's due black. I'm due black. I mean, I'm supposed to get my due color. So Uber Drivers do everybody's due black. It doesn't matter. I would pair me with XL Poker. Give him two whites in a row, and then pair Uber Driver against someone else. Hola. Panda plus. Plus Panda. Panda's alright. We got a little cold. Nothing major. Plush. Oh, plush. Plush. In Hungarian we say plush. Plush. Plush Panda. Panda plush. Plushy. I made the tournament 50 plus rapid games. Play your games, check. Maybe 50's too strict. As usual, the lichess pairing system, it just seems totally random. I would think it would default to putting the higher rated player in the point group with me, but it doesn't. It's so bizarre. I can't understand why it would pair Uber Driver. I'm okay with the pairing, but it's frustrating that I can't predict it. I can't see the reason to make Uber Driver play me rather than... Why would it prefer to pair Uber Driver with me? It's weird. 2, 1. You got the buy. Well, Shockey got the buy. I was gonna say I don't think XL Poker got a buy. Although the field is so small, anything's possible. Astrobate already got a buy. What is Uber Driver? I can't play E4, E5 against Uber Driver. It's just suicide. You can't play the Petrov against Uber Driver. You might as well just offer a draw on move 1. And I'm not going to let him have a Marazzi. I'll take my chances as something else. I still can't remember how I ended up playing a blindfold match against Uber Driver in real life. How did it even came about? I wonder if he even remembers. Thanks for suggesting the idea of the Alapin, though. No talking about lichess forums in my stream. Or forums in general. Please. Don't make me think of that. Okay, the old school. Yeah, don't think about it. Don't bring up things like, I'm here to escape the things I hate. Not think about them. He played pawn takes pawn. Phew. Thank God. We're not allowed to discuss Donald Trump, the war in Russia, mass shootings, I don't know, Hungarian politics, internet forums, anything. Like, it just bums me out. Let's just talk about chess. The London. Uber driver, why wouldn't you play the best line with e5? You gotta play e5 here. That's like way better than pawn takes pawn. So now we transposed from the accelerated dragon. I had this game with Jared Bryan in like the New Hampshire Open. I think I beat him and won the tournament, if I remember correctly. Funny, I was just looking at the exact same position with Antoni in a Rubinstein game. It's a Tarash with colors reversed. Yeah, we analyzed this with Roman a lot back in the day. I think it's also possible, as I mentioned recently, to play knight a6. You know, it's interesting. If you play bishop e2, bishop f3, it makes it possible for black to play e6. At least with your bishop on c4, you sort of stop me from playing any sort of e6 crap. But this is my game with Jared Bryan. Maine. National master from... No, he's actually like a FIDE master, I think. From Maine. That was 20 years ago. I won. I guess my position isn't too bad, actually. Is this a Grunfeld? Are we transposing to a Grunfeld? Bishop e6 allows the Spidler-esque rook exchange sacrifice on e6. Jared Bryan played differently. He sacked the pawn back with like d6. You know, that's a typical idea, to feed this pawn back. But Uber driver, he's too materialistic for that. No, he lost it anyway. What's the difference? So what do I do? I'm supposed to play b6? Seriously? I had this creeping feeling like I had this game before. Man, speaking of drinking whiskey, drinking whiskey and if anyone gets out of control, Mr. Coffee, feel free to time them out or something. But I mean, you know, it's all good. I don't know, Uber driver is a weird player. Oh no. The fridge. I have medicinal palinka. Alright. Medicinal palinka here. I'm just getting ready. Getting ready. It's like Repunj. Kind of similar. I'm going to assume we don't have too many viewers today. 27, not that bad. Well, it's like when we're playing the tournament. I got this weird. We're playing in this tournament. Most people are playing, so they don't have time to chat. See, what the hell, man? Please don't state the obvious. What the hell, man? I can't believe Uber Driver didn't take the free pawn. It's like he fought for like a minute and a half, and I was ready to fall out of my chair, and then he didn't take it. Long think, wrong think. Be a chicken. Take the knight, take the greedy pawn, and then play for a draw. That's what you wanted to do. Be consistent. You know, you ruined your position to play for that, and then you changed your mind at the last second and played like a chicken. And now you're slightly worse. If you're going to play like a chicken, be consistent, and, you know, take your medicine. Uber Driver, like, he retracted his statement. I know I could just read his mind. That's why he thought for so long. He took on d5, knight takes d5, releasing the tension for no reason. Because he wanted to take the pawn, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do it now. And then, say what? It's been a long day at work for Uber. Speaking of materialistic, but I mean, come on, man. This is a full exchange. Full extension. He's probably driving to the airport right now. Pick up a customer. Antonio Morales, welcome. Not too late to join the tournament, is it? Okay, knight e5. The mighty knight e5. That's not friendly. Oh, and insta move. Insta move. Look out. You can't attack me down the E file now, just the F file. Am I missing something? Too late. Oh, it's too late? It's not too late. It can't be too late. This is round 3. It's not too late. Shouldn't be too late. Too late figuratively or literally? I like I had some game with an Indian woman player. That was a long time ago, man. Even like things 10 years ago seem like they were just yesterday. What's up with F6? And this type of, well, anyway, this type of type of position. Route Padmini was her name. Funny, because I saw her name the other day when I was looking through the Opening Explorer. 2010. It's insane. 2010 was 13 years ago. And tournaments from 2010, in my mind, seems like it was just yesterday. That's really nuts. Maybe it was 2011, not 2010. But irregardless, that's still a long time. Never be afraid to play F6. Despite whatever Feingold says. Oh, you're going to play knight h4. What if I take your knight? How would you feel about that? I'm not afraid to do that now. This was a weird game by Uber Driver. He needs to figure himself out. Knight h4. I really don't like knight h4, knight f5. I figure we take this. We're up a clear exchange. A knight could do some damage. Damage control. We're in damage control mode. Simplify, simplify. When in doubt, simplify. I was analyzing a game from, I said earlier, Rubinstein famous game from the famous tournament, St. Petersburg 1909, where he tied with Lasker for first place. He had a game where he blundered and lost the winning position against Dosudmirsky. If he had just simplified, he would have been totally winning. But he let Dosudmirsky swindle him tactically, or just didn't calculate. Uber Driver is no Dosudmirsky. He's far too solid to be Dosudmirsky. What I'm trying to say is, Uber Driver, I don't know, you need to figure out your own style. I can't figure you out, actually. Sometimes you seem aggressive, and other times you seem solid. That bishop's still dangerous, huh? Igor Chesanov. Thanks, guys, for joining us, and for the gift sub for Move 11. Don't feel afraid to drop some donations. Should I play h5 and permanently weaken my position? I'm not going to panic yet, but I am a little concerned. Should I play h5? Weakening the g6 square ever so slightly. Not so easy for him to attack it. I guess queen e4. Cheesemate. Where's Cheesemate? Oh, he's listening to the stream, literally playing the moves I suggest? Seriously? Muted. Anyway, I want to drink some Palenka. Maybe it'll help cure my cold. The time I had mononucleosis in college, and I cured it by drinking lots of alcohol. Sort of accidentally. Okay, how do I finish him off here? He's perturbing. I just want to trade queens and end the game. Perturbians. Ah. Maybe this does make progress. The fellowship. Queen f5 check. Screw it. I have a plan. Pawn grabber. Pawn grabbers are us. Pawndemic. Rook A1, of course. Secret move. I guess we just keep collecting stuff. I'm collecting for Jehovah's Witness. Do they collect money? Or do they just like try to sign you up? Alright, he resigned. I just want to point out one position in the opening, right, that I just don't understand. Okay, so you should play e5, there's no question. I've been playing this position for 25 years or more. But what I don't understand is, like, we get to this, and you play rook e1, and I played the best move, and you played that. Fred Barend, do you know him, Blobix? From Belgium. He's a funny guy. I just met him. I'd never met him before. I met him at the World Senior. I don't understand this move, knight takes d5. Fred Barend. This game here. Belgian? He's a Belgian guy. You guys don't like the Belgians, right? Oh, they make... Wait. How do you get along with Belgians in France? Wait, he's not Belgian. I'm lying. He's not Belgian. No, I'm sorry. No, he's from Luxembourg. That's what it is. Yeah. He's from Luxembourg. Luxembourg, not Belgium. I'm sorry. I'm totally crazy. Anyway, I don't understand why anybody would play knight takes d5 in this position. White has a good IQP. It's a standard position. You can play bishop g5. You can play knight e5. And that's h3, looks like a reasonable move, and that's about it. Yeah, I would say either bishop g5, knight e5, maybe queen e2, but I don't understand this move, really. So after knight takes d5, knight takes d5, you see, the chicken move got a half point. That's what he played against Cyril. This is a guy you might know, Cyril Marzolo, who's a French player, isn't he? Or is he Swiss? You see, that's like playing for draw. I was certain this was Uber Driver wanted to do. And then you like second guess yourself. Never second guess yourself. If you want to play for a draw, play the chicken move, then play it. You know, but it was like Uber Driver. Now black has good compensation for the pawn. But that's the guy who cheated with Feller? Ah, interesting. But if you want to play like chicken, be consistent, you know. He did knight takes d5 and then he didn't follow up. Alright. Yeah, we just had our own cheater exposed here in Hungary. Juhas Christoph. Budapest, former Budapest League teammate of mine, was banned from the Hungarian Chess Federation for 1.5 years. I don't know what's happening with FIDE though. I don't know if he's been called out by FIDE or just the Hungarian Chess Federation. They caught him like red-handed, cheating at a tournament. Well, he was cheating in lots of games in the team tournaments in Austria and Hungary. Speaking of Sebastian Feller. Anyway, let's go back. He's a nice feller. There was a baseball player, Bob Feller. That was before my time. My dad used to talk about him. Alright. Let's have some Palinka for the cold. No beer tonight, just Palinka. Yeah, Uber driver, inconsistent. Imre Hara was telling me something, Blobix, that, like, Feller was found guilty in some kind of, like, court proceeding. I didn't really understand the story exactly. He claimed that somewhere Feller had been found, like, somehow guilty of some kind of crime, according to a court or something. In France, I don't know if this is, like, even... if I even understand the story, like, correctly. To be honest. They were convicted. That's cool. I mean, it's good that they were, you know, officially convicted of something. But I didn't really fully understand Hara Imre's explanation of the story. Correctional Tribunal. Okay. Sentence Feller to suspended sentence of 6 months. Okay. That's exactly what he told me. It was a suspended sentence. Okay. His behavior amounted to the crime of fraud. Yeah, he got a suspended sentence, but the principle of the thing is that he was found guilty of a crime. It's pretty cool. I think in a lot of countries that wouldn't happen, you know, so it's nice that you know, that will stay with him. Yeah, it's really disgraceful. I mean, for me, the thing that's the worst thing is, like, you're not even talking about, like, some average player, right? You're talking about a guy who has the Grandmaster title. It's supposed to be, like, a kind of respectable ambassador for the game, you know? A Grandmaster. Supposed Grandmaster. Yeah, what would the Russians do? Oh, we're not going to talk about politics. It just makes me depressed. Alright. Russians would give him a medal, man. What do you think they would do? I mean, are you kidding me? He would be like, he would have an honorary ceremony at the Kremlin, along with some freaking pilots and stuff for shooting down drones. Hashard was established player, who'd been around for a long time. And Feller was young, and the other guy was a hobo. A hobo from Hoboken. The brain, Pinky, and the brain. Brain. What's up, brain? I can't do a Pinky imitation. Sorry. I'm bad with imitations. I missed that cartoon. I don't understand why I watched that cartoon as an adult, because I was too old to watch it. Don't understand. So did they all get suspended sentences? The same thing? They didn't actually, like, go to jail or something. Oh, Excel Poker's playing the reverse Nadanian. The Danian reversed. That's pretty cool. Creative. Wonder if you made this up or it's been done. It's probably been done. It'd be hard to believe it hasn't been done. Can you do it with black? I feel like white should have some insane c4 anyway or something. Pinky and the brain. Do I have b3? Oh, no, that's not good. That's cool. That's creative. I never thought about doing it with black. But I don't usually play this way, so it doesn't really apply to me anyway. Okay, it's time. Hypermodernist. What does the hypermodernist play? Bishops before knights. How's my cold doing? But that's cool that in France they took it seriously enough to treat it as an actual crime. I don't know how Hera Imre knows so much about it. Does he play in like the French team championship or something? Possible. Bishop F6, I guess he just follows the stories. He's the one who helped catch the guy here. I don't think I've ever had anyone cheat against me in a tournament game, oddly enough. But I was too inactive between like 2011 and now. Unluckily. I'm unlucky. Not to have played enough tournaments to have actual cheaters. So far. I need to play c4. Oh, shit. I'm getting confused. I'm dazed and confused. You know, that stuff all happened when I wasn't even really playing at all. Seems like. All the best cheaters were really at it when I wasn't playing. You caught 3 guys exiting the toilets with their smartphone in the pocket in 3 of your games? Oh my god. Wow, that's insane. That's what Juhas Kristoff was doing. What's the chance you catch 3 people? My god. You should probably try fishing, man. You'd probably be like a ringer. You'd be a natural. You do a lot of fishing? You just sense the fish in the water. Do you ever see those like snow leopards hunting in the snow or whatever? They can detect like mice moving under the surface of the snow. Or these like weird bears. The animals that can find just the slightest motion under the snow, amazingly, to avoid starvation. Blobix is like that, with chess computer cheaters. This position is driving me nuts, man. I don't know what to do. Wow. Alright. Yeah, take that. We're gonna play some straightforward cheese here. I like queen d4 and f3. That's my favorite variation. They're all hanging upside down in front of the club. That's funny. Their skeletons are still there. Bobix is big. He's big on pirates too. He watches a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean. Alright. F3 is the next move, obviously. I figured there's a pretty good likelihood of h5, h4, so I'm not going to put my king on h1. I can play rook d1 to hit the d5. Might be a good idea. It might not. But I think it probably is. We'll hit it with the d rook and then play for e3. Oh my god. Of course he castled queenside. Huh. Alright, dude. That's the way you're going to be about it. Wow. True sicko. Alright, alright, alright. Have it your way. Very well. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Now. Tell me now. Is my queen trapped yet? Donkey. What does that remind me of, hanging upside down? Like vampires, or... Oh, you had that. Knight b5, anybody? What about rook b1? What's happening on knight b5? Take, seriously. Not gonna work. I need an inspired move here. I know what I'll do. I'll play e3. That was the plan, originally. What happens if h5? Do I just ignore it? Probably just ignore it. Ahem. Ahem. Alright. Should I ignore it? Are you sure? No, I'm not sure. Dude, he's playing like a crazy... I have queen a7. I didn't even see it. But it probably loses a queen, huh? That would be a good move. Hey, let's lose a queen. Queen a7. But I mean, it's interesting. You know, I mean, you'd think like laws in France wouldn't be that different from the United States. We could certainly take them to civil court. I like that idea. Convicting Hans. Played with conviction. They say he plays with conviction. He has very convincing analysis, too. Oh, no. This is a brilliant move. I wanted you to play that earlier. But I can always sack the exchange. It's never too late to sack the exchange. I'm going to be a sort of sissy here and play rook d2. I really wanted to sack the exchange. I was hoping you would play bishop g4 earlier. I would have taken on d5. This is a fun game. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to play really well. Police priorities, man. They told me to get my own car when it was stolen. It's not like, in Europe we don't have like mass shootings every day. So I think it deserves a place in a South Park episode, though. Probably. It actually sounds like a really, really good South Park episode. The kids start entering chess tournaments and cheating with computers or something. Hello? I am back. Yes, you are. That's true. Undermining the center. Excel Poker has a really nasty trick. If takes c4, queen takes c4, rook d1 check, but I won't fall for that. We won't have any of that. Is my queen trapped yet? Donkey. Wow. b4. No, let's not freak out. And the time is just crazy, bro. What's she gonna do? Obstacle bishops. We need merch. Where's the merch? Merchant. The Merchant Marines. Oh no, not again. I made it again? Oh man, I made it again. I got made it again. Why was he tanking so long on that move? You've got to be kidding me. 2-minute time odds. What the heck, dude? 0, 0, 0. Just from this point. Just from this point onward. It's just all perfect, perfect, perfect. 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Dude, seriously? Using no time? Man, that's kind of insane. I mean, dude. Best move. Best move. Only move. Forced win. Best only move. Best move. Best move. Best move. Best move. And I thought it was holding. Unbelievable. Only because he has this move. Rook 2 G4. %96 accuracy. I never have accuracy that high in a tournament game. Alright, dude. Too good for me. Sorry, bro. Too good for me. 96 is normal. Normal. Right. Absolutely. I have it every game. Alright. Out of stow. Yeah, I can't beat a player with that level of accuracy. I was happy to draw. But it's interesting, you know, the opening. I'm better the whole opening. We actually followed a Nadanian game, but E4 improves on... He actually improved on Nadanian. Even in the opening. Like, literally, every move was, like, perfect. Except here, the computer wants to play Rook D8. Rather than queenside castles. Difficult to judge. Like, every single move was, like, the perfect, exact engine move. You played every move as the engine move. Except for this. Computer doesn't like bishop takes e2. But it won't give black a dubious. Oh no, now it's coming up bishop e2. No, he didn't cheat. He's just perfect. He's not perfect here. He would have played f5. But it is... No, I would be suspicious if I didn't trust him. It's one of the best games anybody ever played against me with no flaws, honestly. But actually, 16 center pawn loss isn't that good, you know. Oftentimes you'll see it much lower, down to like 6 or 7. So he didn't play perfect, but it was very, very strong. For that time control, I mean, it's really insanely accurate. I'm disappointed that Excel Poker crushes me, but didn't crush all of his opponents in his tournament. Alright, I guess the time control was too long. He gets bored with longer time controls. Alright, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. What are we going to do with this guy? Can I shadow ban people? That should be a function. I would like to shadow ban. Um, Twitch should have shadow ban option, so I can ban people without them knowing I'm banning them. All right. We still have 3 rounds to go. But he's already beaten Aldisto. Maybe Uber Driver could nick him for a draw. Or Arsenal fan. Oh, you can block /username. Oh, that's true. This Palinka is good. Ever since I started drinking Palinka, I lost. It wasn't such a bad game by me, actually. If you see, I played perfectly until move 21 when I had no time. But this was a very brutal move. Now d4 and I have a huge problem. Did I have bishop takes e4 or something? What am I supposed to play here in that critical position? Why is my engine not working? Am I like playing a game or something? No, I trust Excel Poker. I'm talking about blocking chatters. He's not cheating. Although, you know, if I saw that kind of game on a regular basis, I would be suspicious of someone. But he doesn't play like that all the time. I lost against Igor once. Now I get Aldis, though. Christ. The pin at f2, I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know what to do. I have to play another move, but like what? Alright. Can we enact a shadow ban? Some weird new ambulance sound. This ambulance is different than the usual ones. What's going on around here? And now it's normal. It sounded weird. He's low rated. Only like 2,000 something. But he's clearly underrated. We'll get Blobix on board with the cheat detection. Can string people up. What was my move here? I'm playing e6, right? e6. Yeah, he's the only player in the world that's massively underrated at the moment. So here we've played b5 and c5 in the past. I was looking at this with move 11. I mean, possible that bishop b4 is a move as well. We just need to pretend we're playing the French. Yeah, that game was awesome. He just got lucky. Half of the population of India is like 1800 and plays like their grandmasters. What's up with 95? It doesn't really hurt me. You're gonna try to play like g4 or something? I'm sure we've had this already. Can't I do anything fun? I don't know. Are you gonna go b5? Are you gonna go g4, I mean? You're gonna go g4 on me? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Help me out here, guys. I know black's position is fine, but I don't know how to get started. Just don't panic. I guess that's the main thing. You have a sack with a trick. Remember when I lost a horrible game to Audisto, where he like trapped me in the opening? I didn't lose, but I should have lost. I fell into one trap with knight b5 against him. Got my king stuck in the center, and then somehow miraculously saved myself. With a lot of help by my opponent. I can't believe you played knight a5 Nadanian variation, castled queenside, and destroyed me by castling queenside in a reversed Grunfeld. Dude, that's out of control. And you said you've never played it before. He's almost as brilliant as Acerbate. Maybe you need electric shock treatment too, for enhanced performance. Probably you have a lot in common. Acerbate's a genius, but he can't control himself. High IQ doesn't necessarily result in good results in chess competition. I think this pretty much disarms this whole Jabava crap. I really struggled for a while to find something against it. Black is fine, and really has trouble doing the psycho queenside castling. So the game stays pretty stable. But I'm not used to playing positions with like e6 in the ping pong games. This is not a structure I normally gravitate toward. I mean, I never planned on playing a French style setup against the Jabava London, but I can't find anything better. We just have to settle for equalizing. I had a very similar game with several people with that cheater account, Casabianca, and then with the Russian Sasha Gelman in our match or whatever. And with Audisto, we also had a similar game, I think. Vladimir Kranich, there's no surprise that we saw decisive result early. This World Championship will be full of ups and downs. Okay. Well, Kranich knows more than I do, so I guess we'll have to trust him. I don't know. You know, I'd like a little more, like, let's say, you know, perhaps like explanation as to why would be interesting. Why does that? Why is that the case exactly? Maybe I should take with the knight on d7, I don't know. But I think Uber Driver would like this position. He doesn't stream much. He played a lot of near perfect games. Okay. Yeah, you found it. Bishop e5. That's probably best. For the best. I'll castle queenside. Like another hero we know. Yeah, I was gonna bail out here. Really chicken style. Chicken style. My new learning from Uber driver. If you're gonna be a chicken, be consistent and go all the way. My theory is that faster matches, would normally see a lot of draws. I think it's like probably not a good idea to have Richard Rockport as one of your seconds and follow his opening advice for starters. Anybody want to anybody want to bet on the result of the match? No, I don't think that Ding has much chance, to be honest. It's like wishful thinking from a commentator. I feel like. I don't know how much, Kramnik believes what he's saying there. To me, that sounds like someone who's, just kind of, saying something because he was put on the spot. I mean, does Richard Rockport make sense as a second for Ding? Do they have really much in common stylistically? I mean, I don't know. Hey, let's play like Rockport. I think I'm going to play like Richard Rockport today. How do you do that exactly? Well, alright. What's happening now? It's an aggressive move. We forced an ending. Tricky position, though. This is very double-edged. Oops, my queen. Poor chess bomb. Rip, they can't be sued by FIDE anymore. They must miss that. Or whatever. Where is Bichugov from? Isn't he Ukrainian? Or is he from the Russian part of Ukraine? The so-called Russian part. He's from Russia. Oh. Why did I think Bichugov was from Ukraine? That's weird. I must be thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of someone else. Thinking of a number between 1 and 3. How about King E5? That looks safe. Nothing could possibly go wrong there. Don't start distracting me during the tournament, Ripunj. What are you doing? Why do I read the chat when I'm playing in this tournament? What would Rockport do? I just don't have enough, energy. Right. Karyakin says Ukraine is Russian part of Ukraine. Exactly. Bukhariakin, Katerina Leno, they're like traitors to Ukraine. Knight a4 looks like a good move. Alright. Well, it's an imbalanced endgame. Is what it is. It is what it is, but I have a better king. King Kong. Oh, there it goes. Now we're trading. Rockport not happy. Well, I don't have to trade rooks. It's probably for the best. A4, E5, E5. Center. Interesting endgame. Yeah, it's like, it means you can never be world champion. Exactly. How do we get my knight to a normal square? You know, listening to the Ding press conference, one could think that Wang Hao is also in the Chinese team. Dude, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine, like, seriously, it doesn't seem fair that these guys have to give, like, a press conference every freaking game like it's goddamn Wimbledon or something. Does it seem fair they have to give a press conference every single game? That's kind of bullshit. I mean, it's not like it's a physical sport. There's a lot of psychology involved. They start talking and asking questions, and people are asking them questions about their state of mind and shit. It just doesn't seem appropriate. You know? Yeah. I would refuse. Do you think Bobby Fischer would give a press conference? Are you serious? Oh, this game is getting really kind of weird. Crazy. Where did that come from? That's a lot of pawns over there. That's a pawn chain. That's connect 4. Now that's a pawn chain. Can I screw this up? But I mean, seriously, who are the sponsors of this tournament? It's like various Russian oligarchs. We talked about this earlier in the week. The so-called World Chess Shadow Organization had its public offering on the London Stock Exchange. Shockingly, it was below expectations. I don't understand what it is, you know. I don't understand what it is. Is it FIDE or is it not? You know, it's just like a separate organization that has connection to FIDE. It's like sanctioned by it. Alright, XL Poker's still playing. Uh-oh. What's happening here? XL Poker has less time. How is that possible? How can he... He does sometimes actually use his time. What's happening? Is he losing? Is he winning? It's like playing Mr. Slow. It looks like my simul game against Mr. Slow this week. Right. Why would you, as a player who's been unbeaten in 100 games in a row, why would you have Richard Rapport be your second? Like, so you can learn how to lose games or something? You can learn how to be more inconsistent? I guess that's why he's got Rapport on board as a second. The opposites attract. Let's see how many games I can lose in a row. Can you teach me how to lose many games in a row? Well, Igor has beaten me once. I don't know who they are, but they are pretty good. Kramnik also said that only Kramnik is not unstable. Yeah, I know that's kind of ridiculous. I agree with Arsenal fan. I would say Ding is pretty stable, dude. Stylistically, he's capable of playing very sharply. What's happening here? Outside pawn wins. Yeah, but which one? Richard is very good on starters at the restaurant. I wouldn't want, to be on the same like Olympic team with Rapport. He's extremely unstable. This was a little bit of like witchcraft. XL Poker plays perfect games, but he's also lucky. He's lucky. Unbelievable. He was busted, man. He was busted. Wow. We had a chance to catch up there. Definitely Black was winning. Although it wasn't easy. I don't think it was that easy for Black to win. Admittedly. The computer is totally winning, but under time pressure, it's not the easiest position to win. But that's really lucky that Black hung a rook. It was essentially winning and at least not losing. Here he can't stop the pawn now after rook takes a4. He can't get back. He can't get back here. Can't get over through a3. So there's no... He can't get back through b8. How do you get back? You can't get back to stop the h-pawn. It's not enough to be good. You have to be lucky, too. That's what they said about Hungarians in Hollywood after World War II. Alright, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Alright, this game is over. We have 2 more games to go. Well, there goes Igor. So Arsenal, Asterbate fan. What will all the commentators say when Ding wins the Armageddon? This is the Matrix or something. I really don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna go to an Armageddon. I really think that Nepomniachtchi's gonna win. But it's interesting. Ding has nothing to lose. But I guess maybe now it would be good to have Rockport on your team. See if he can lose like 3 or 4 games in a row. Alright. Now Rockport is not loved here anymore because he left for representing Romania. He wasn't respected enough by the Hungarian Chess Federation, I guess. XL Poker gifted tier 1 sub to the community. Going to Alter Adu, like alter ego. Lalter Adu. Alright, I'm playing Heroku. Let's see. Open new link in new window. XL Poker is playing Arsenal fan as expected. Round 6. There's still 1 more round to go. Now Arsenal knows that draws are part of the game. Draw is good enough. So don't overpress Ars. Actually, to overpress, because actually I'll probably lose on tiebreak. Never mind. Don't draw. Just beat him. I take it back. Draw is probably not good enough. I'm going to need you to beat him. Hikaru. Sladgie versus Hikaru. Arsenal fan versus XL Poker. Yeah, even lichess couldn't mess up that pairing. I have to say, I think this is Black's best line against the burn variation. This is definitely Rubinstein. Rubinstein credited with the Rubinstein variation. But I still think it kind of sucks. This is better. I mean, here you have the bishop pair. You know, you have some compensation for the fact that you gave up the center. I'm out of book now. I don't know if I'm supposed to play knight c3 or knight g3. I've played queen d3 before. I thought I'd try this. Lagging? Concentrate on your game. Concentrate on losing your game, XL Poker. You did a good job almost losing against Igor. Thanks for the effort. Now I need you to try one more time. Arsenal's been playing pretty well, but you know, he's not the picture of consistency. I'm kind of glad like the World Championship had a decisive game early though. Maybe that will make it more interesting. Yeah, switch off your engines. That should, make sure you make sure to shut off Stockfish. Might be slowing down your connection. What's up, Schieberspieler? Wait, I'm totally like confused, and I'm paying too much attention to the chat. Knight d7. Actually, I am 100% out of book. I do remember one thing. Blobby. I wanted a castle queenside. That's one thing I remembered. Oh, you got me. Ah. Ah. It reminds me of the Steinitz Roy Lopez on the other side of the board. Does that mean anything to anybody? Man, you're just begging me to play d5. Is d5 just crushing? Not necessarily. It looks like d5 is interesting, but it also doesn't have that much power. Power hour. d5, knight b6. Let's try it. I had this theory that you should always play d5 in this French Caro-Kann sort of structure if you can. Just like it destroys black structurally. But I'm not sure it applies to every type of position. I would assume this is good for me. Does Soroku normally play the French, by the way? Or is it just me? No, it's something new, maybe. We'll see if Palinka cures the common cold. I had like two doses. Could be kind of dangerous having a big bottle of Palinka in your fridge. It's actually pretty tasty. I could see getting really drunk on this stuff. Well, I have before. Just kind of sipping it. Safer to drink beer for sure. But I don't think that cures the common cold. Vodka and sauna. Your best pawn to Swiss performance after drinking Palinka. Well, this move, I was just thinking about knight b6. I don't know why I didn't consider this. Your best pawn to ever. Quickly playing c6, master? I basically assume you either play king f8 or bishop d7. You played c6. How does c6 work? How does that work? What am I missing here? What are you going to do? You're going to castle? That's pretty radical. Radical, man. That's radical. He's gonna castle. Castle chess camp. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, to trade queens and sack a pawn. I guess I have to play this. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. He has a6, bishop a4, b5. Or I can play pawn takes b7, and I don't know. But I feel like the situation isn't that simple. These lines could open up on the queen side, even in ascending. It may not be that safe for white. Bleed on the master. Okay, he plays too fast, like most people here. This would be my number one criticism of everybody on my stream, including even XL Poker. But honestly, I'm probably too far on the other side. You know, I use too much time. But 90% of the people that I play here, I think, play too quickly. Time management is underrated. What's up tomorrow? We've got Wednesday. Weird Wednesday, unusual opening stream. So what is Black's compensation for being down a pawn? The bishop pair. Open lines. You know, honestly, like, he sacked the pawn. Maybe his other options weren't better. At that point, of the three options, king f8, bishop d7, or sacking the pawn, at least this way, he may be down a pawn, but he has some little bit of dynamics left. He didn't allow any exchanges. Like, if I could exchange the late score bishops, I feel like it would be very easy for white to win. This is obviously one of the most dangerous moves in Black's, you know, among Black's options. We said yesterday, connect 4 only counts if it's like pieces, right? So this doesn't count as a connect 4. I have to have just pieces. He had he did subtle bishop moves. He's got a little bit of acerbate in him, right? He likes to do the upfront direct bishop play. You gotta remove this crappy draw move rule BS. Can I do that? Oh shit. Can I do that? Really? In advanced settings? In the tournament? For real? You assume so? But they're your attorneys. Well, it's not a question of that. I don't like the draw rule either, but I didn't think it was an option. I don't know. I didn't see it, but it could be an option. Arsenal would never assume. The master of assumptions. No, that's not your. No, it was Tiger and Petrosian, master of strategy. Bent Larson, master of hypermodernism. Alexa, order a pepperoni pizza. From Domino's. Alexa, order Domino's. I miss pizza. I miss American pizza. I miss New Jersey pizza. Yeah, seriously. I mean, Krennic has a lot of draws. Blobix is always being a smartass. And I'm a big supporter of draws. I hate this whole Maurice Ashley bullshit where, you know, you're like trying to wash the draws out of chess or whatever. It's part of the game, just accept it and move on. Play another game. It has to be part of the game. Stop whining about it. I'm surprised he doesn't want to institute like a shot clock or something. They're ruining other sports with stupid rules. Baseball now has like pitch clock. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why we can't leave well enough alone? Just to try to sell more hot dogs. No, I think Maurice played the Tartakover in his last game. I seem to remember him playing the Tartakover with black against Yermo. Last time I saw him. That's pretty drawish. I wanted to do something with a c6 square or eliminate black's bishop pair. But I'm drawing blanks here. And I'm about to like blunder bishop e3 at some point by forgetting that I'm supposed to do that. I guess I should just take. Keep it simple. Get some control of the dark squares, man. Get some freaking control of your dark squares. Maurice, too. There was a French player named Maurice. Well, it is kind of a French name, I guess. It is kind of ironic. Both of my games with Ashley are draws, of course. Very long ago. Yeah, he's got the sort of Susan Polgar, Jennifer Shahadi thing going on. The mystique is more exciting when you don't play for 20 years. I could never quit playing chess completely. It's too ingrained. Oh, he's coming back, man. Oh no, my knight. I feel like I'm playing. I'm like Nimzovich playing against some kind of lesser master here. I let his bishops get out of control. Nimzovich versus NN. You guys remember NN? He was famous. Great job by Heroku. For someone who, you know, doesn't use their time. Staying alive far too long. I would say. Wow. It's annoying. Those bishops are just driving me crazy. Really need to get rid of one of those bishops. And get my king to the center. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna like lose on time again. He's 1800? What is going on here? It's crazy. Look at the way he's defended with his bishops. Never have a tactic or anything. Oh no. Check? Just when I was complaining I never have a tactic. That's a draw. Play the structure. Be the ball. Where's he going? No, you're not allowed in there. He has some idea. You're winning the entire game and then get low on time and blunder everything. I don't know why, but this time control is worse than 10-0. Well, you know, the problem is that you're just not used to playing increments. I feel like they're very different. You know, 10-0 is very different. Then, you know, it's all or nothing. The lines are very clear. Someone has a bishop obsession. Is it mate yet? Are we there yet, donkey? Oh no. Arsenal. Arsenal 1. The Mercy. You guys draw? I'm so curious. No. Arsenal 1. Oh no. Sladgie's in first place. But I've already played Asterbait. What am I going to do in the last round? There's even one more round. Yeah, I just like to torture you guys. Now I like in round 9 we get a request to join the team. Paris. This never ends, dude. It's just pure torture. Arsenal is in striking distance of the title with a win in the last round against Sladgie. I just realized we haven't played. You snuck up on me. Oh no. Low battery accident. No way. XL's battery went dead. Blobik should be playing in this, not just commentating. He's looking for a commentating job. Asterbait, come on, bro. Your last chance to get a point. I don't know, we didn't get enough players this week. You're too old. Don't remind me. Feels like we're missing a lot of players who are usually here. Maybe because of the holiday. Here it's still a holiday. Perfect game by Arsenal. I don't know, there's a lot of that going around lately. I think all you guys are sus. I know that none of my games were perfect. That's for sure. Even the last one against Haruku was unclear. Alista was unclear. Excel Poker we know about. Maybe my game against Super Driver was my best. Probably. But he didn't play well. I mean, no harm intended. Uber Driver, I know you can play better. That weird bishop takes, knight takes d5 variation. Knight a4 stuff. Oh no. Are you doing the Grunfeld again? So, okay, if I don't let you play... If I don't let you play the Chigorin, how do I prevent the Chigorin? Let's just prevent the Chigorin at all cost. No Chigorin is good. Is good Chigorin. That's, what is that? If I do d4, d5, what kind of Chigorin is that? Knight f3. Saying my last French Teen Championship. Okay, for analysis on Thursday. Yeah, great, Blobix. I'll see you destroy someone with Queen g5 again. But don't send me that game again. Don't send us the Queen g5 game again. Or send us a different one. That'll be the third time. Third time is the charm. Don't joke about it. It's a Grunfeld, right? What time is it? Speaking of time. Alright, last round. Yeah, because it's 7 plus 5, we do 7 rounds. If it was a longer 10 plus 5, we'll do just 5 or 6 rounds. Arsenal is confused. Bishop e6. You know you want to do it. I don't even know what to call this. That's a double Fianchetto against King's Indian attack just for fun. I tried to play the double Fianchetto. I've had bad results, but I've had interesting games with it. But I've been trying to play it against strong players. It just doesn't fly too well against GMs. But it's my fault, not the opening. Okay, so now we've got... What is this? Like a bad Chigorin? Now we've got a bad Chigorin. No such thing as a bad Chigorin, right, Arsenal? Arsenal was playing the Benoni before, and we had our rules of the Benoni. So now we need, like, Chigorin rules. Fundamental rules of the Chigorin. Never let your c-pawn, be able to move. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, make sure you don't have a central pawn. Rule number 3, make sure your bishop's locked in. We have a good opening here. a bishop on c8 is not great. Okay, the queen on b3 is a little artificial, but it's not forever. It's just temporary. Now the question is, what do I do? g3, we turn it into a Catalan? We play e4 and just go? e4, what's wrong with e4? e4. What's wrong with e4? I don't know. Nothing wrong with e4. e4 is okay. Let's do it. It's a little weird that my queen is on b3, but black's position is weirder. Yeah, and now bishop e3 is met by knight g4, which is extremely deep. He's starting to win a pawn. Queen d1. My plan was to play e5. There is d5. d5. There is that move. It just seems overextending. I mean, d5 take, knight b8, and then what? Bishop e5 check, bishop d7. What about bishop e3? I mean, is this bad? Screw it. I'm just gonna do it. You can have my bishop. I'll castle queenside. I'll just go like XL poker on you. Castling queenside in the Grunfeld. Something like that. No. I'm not going to castle queenside. Probably. Never say never. Arsenal beat me and drew. I had a really good score against him for a long time, but lately he's battling back. We had a really good run before this graph here, or this chart here. Oh, hate mail. Alright, Blobik sent me hate mail. You guys know I love it when you send me hate mail. I love it when I write stuff and I can't read my own writing. Should have been a doctor. Dr. Bill. Alright, Blobix. Blobix, don't let me forget. Okay. We like to analyze Thursday nights. I think next week we're gonna see how my cold works out. If I get sicker, I probably won't switch up, but there's a chance I'll move the tournament next week to Wednesday. You found it. A crushing knight g4. Is there anything I can do? Anything cool? Like bishop f4, knight d4, queen a4 check, knight c6, rook d1, queen a4 check, knight c6, h3. I mean, I could sack a pawn. There's also stuff with like knight b5. There's a lot of interesting tactics here. If I were to play like bishop f4, takes, check, knight c6. He has an out there. I'm wasting a lot of time here. Wasting a lot of time. Alright, I don't know. Get on my bishop. I'll give it to you. The computer's gonna hate this. I know bishop f4 probably worked tactically, but I couldn't calculate it, and I wasn't sure. This was my original plan, but I don't know. I think like trading pieces is probably in black's favor. It probably reduces my advantage. Allowing this exchange of pieces reduces white's advantage, objectively, to some degree. Maybe not entirely, or probably not entirely, but objectively, I'd rather not trade pieces here. It's like a King's Indian where black goes bishop, knight g4, attacking my bishop. Okay, now, if bishop f4, the same shit, different day, but better. Same shit, different day, but better. Alright, I'm going to do it now. You're going to put your rook on b8. Fine. Now I have like knight b5 type stuff and attacking the c7. You tempted me into this. What about other tactics? Okay, I just take on c7. So even knight takes d4, I don't know, man. That doesn't look good. His position is really sus. Rook b8 is super sus. I mean, I feel like you should be happy to take on e3 and get to trade some pieces off. This game is filled with bad bishops. Some bishops are better than others. Some bad bishops are better than other bad bishops. This is better than this. Because he might be able to break free. H3, knight d4, check. I'm going to piece. So now, you're all interested in bishop takes h6. Of course, it looks horrible for black, but how bad is it in reality? Well, I mean, I guess it's not good. But how bad is it? That's the real question. Trying to keep it simple, but it's not simple. Arse. Nice maneuver. Stick to the fundamentals. I feel like ding the Ren. I played h3 on the G file. That's always good, right? Am I gonna fix this freaking pawn structure here? Seriously? Why would I do that? GG Pilots. Fundamentally, there's something sus about black's position. But, arse can be dangerous. You gotta be careful. There's only so much one can do with a bad position. Even a talented amateur. Tourist. Chess tourist. Like Alexei Shirov. Can only do so much against Gary. This is basically like Kasparov versus Shirov. I know Arsenal's a big Shirov fan, so I wanted to throw that in there. Alright. But we just keep squeezing. See if he pops. Oof. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing there. I know about that. He's got bad intentions. Jeez. What a sicko. Okay, everything's protected. I could sack the exchange. God. The exchange sack looks kind of cool. Why would I do this? Just because I can? Well, he didn't even try to take it. No castling queenside. Popular with Nepomniachtchi and XL Poker when playing the black pieces. That's close enough. Don't get any closer. Oof. He's setting up maybe like rook g6. You gotta give him credit. King d7 is a gutsy decision. Where is he going? Knight f4? Wow. Yeah, maybe. He still doesn't want it. Jeez. Alright. Alright, we got him. XL Poker 1 against Palace. I was lucky I got white against Arsenal fan. Alright, let's see. The Master steals the tournament. Uber Driver's still playing. Uber Driver lost too. You lost against Ars, okay, and you lost against me. Forgot that. And now he's playing Sladgie. They're still going at it. Sladgie was complaining how long the tournament was. He had bishop before winning the exchange, but I guess he didn't want it. I mean, I would have had good compensation. The opening was pretty bad, but it felt like I was like adrift for a long time. I couldn't make up my mind forever on like plans and stuff. I felt very unconvincing about that game. Yeah, something bad happened in the opening. I guess you just can't play e6. What is this, another Uber draw? Uh-oh. Sladgie could lose his A-pawn. What's happening here? White resigned. I guess he just had enough. I can't believe this is lost for white. Well, I mean, obviously it's not lost for white. But what do you want him to play? I guess white has to be careful. Maybe bishop d1? I'm not sure about bishop d3. I don't think that's good. So I guess we should play bishop d1 here. Yeah, it's the best. Bishop d1 is a dead draw, but apparently c4 was a dead draw too. But you have to find the right follow-up. This is just a blunder. Yeah. So I win the tournament. I don't feel like I deserve it. The game with Arsenal fan was actually decent. Apparently. I didn't feel confident. But the opening was weird. You messed up something. Yeah, e6 is bad, but this has never happened. Yeah, oddly this position is very rare. So I guess d5 is just not so great, but maybe not that bad. You know, it's interesting. Queen b3. Yeah, so knight takes c3, b takes c3, and then you can play an English or a kind of like Grunfeld if you want, I suppose. Yeah, I know they were talking about that. I thought this knight b6 was also knight b6 is also playable. If you play g6 to come later, they could still transpose to a Grunfeld or Neo Grunfeld. We're close to transposing to a Neo Grunfeld. I mean, basically, I think after like d4, g6. No, it's not playable. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, best is takes apparently. Yeah, this is just like there's no games here. But I was curious about this position. I mean, when I played bishop b2, I thought you should definitely take and just be happy that you got, you know, a set of pieces off the board. I thought maybe I shouldn't play bishop b2. I should play bishop f4. I thought this was, I couldn't calculate it that far. This was the most interesting position. So you take, I check, and I sacrifice a pawn here. And now I have interesting compensation. But I just wasn't sure if it was good enough, and we both had 3 minutes left. And all right, so final result. We win it. 6 points ahead of the devastating XL Poker who crushed me. Lucky, thank you Arsenal fan for upending my rival. And actually, Arsenal played good fighting chess today, finishing out of the prize money. $1 million for Sladgie for first, $500,000 for XL Poker, $250,000 for Aldisto, plus a bonus for the player with the least draws of an extra $10,000. No money after third place, though, unfortunately. Igor, Arsenal fan, Uber driver, pilots, Heroku, Shaki, and Mule Skinner. Asterbait with just the 1 point today. Good luck next time, guys. Thanks for playing. We're going to be back. What's the prize for Asterbait? In English, we say it's the booby prize. He gets the booby prize. He gets his choice. A Chia Pet or the Clapper. One or the other. It's like a door prize or like a parting gift they have on game shows. If you're like a loser on the game show, you get like this kind of cheap sort of parting gift. So we'll give him a choice between a Chia Pet and the Clapper. And Mr. Coffee, thanks for being a moderator here. I know it's not easy. I'll be playing tomorrow. If I'm still alive. Thanks, Blobix, for your support. Thanks all you guys, XL Poker and Move 11 for the gift subs. We'll see you tomorrow. 11:30 a.m. Central European Summertime. That's when we do our daytime streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you, Arsenal. Thanks all, guys. See you later. And bye. Do a raid. Looks like Tranquilizer streaming. Alright, I'll raid Tranquilizer. So don't go anywhere. Don't leave. No leaving. Alright. Is a C3 Sicilian?